The fan favorites promo does indeed have a fan favorite promo structure, being the one that we've had before in the Lone Warriors promo and the Play with the Patriots one. There are still some little issues with this promo, however, but there is still some things that are absolutely amazing that have carried over from those previous versions of the promo. And mainly in particular, it is a completely no money spent promo. You can go ahead and get yourself the Luka Doncic completely no money spent. You can get all of the 109s, which might help your team out. They might not help your team out. But at the end of the day, in the promo, you are getting a good amount of stuff, no money spent. It doesn't really matter when you start grinding, you can still get a good amount of stuff. And they also added an escalation master, which is of course that Zion Williamson. Now this is something new that we haven't seen before in this type of promo structure format, and that is simply because I believe that they have extended it quite a bit, so they decided, okay, we need something else to keep people engaged a bit more, maybe something else that the pay to win guys may need to go ahead and get, but it doesn't stop you from trying to get them no money spent, because if you get a little bit lucky with some of the packs, you're spending a decent amount of NBA cash, then you can always try and get Zion yourself. And of course, he is an absolute monster. Yes, he might not be giving out a team boost, which is what probably a lot of people are seeing as the main downside or the main negative point with this promo. All of these guys don't have a team boost. All of them are position boost, which is a downside when you are trying to upgrade your team as much as possible coming to the end of the season. But that's how this promo structure works. Every time we've had it, it has just been position boost, except for one time where a couple of the guys weren't position boost, they were team boost, which was a little bit of a mistake, but that's what the promo structure is set on, having these position boosts. Now, me personally, I would like to see team boost, but I do get that it's how the promo structure works and it's meant to have position boost. But even so, if we had the 109s, elite ones, and then we had ultra ones for Luka Doncic and Zion, that would have been a little bit better in my opinion. I do understand that the team have really pushed to try and get this promo out as quickly as possible, just with how things were delayed and stuff. They might have had about 3 or 4 days in actually trying to make the promo, which I mean, fair enough, they actually got it out, which is a huge win in my opinion, because imagine you just sitting on this game with no promo at all for 2 weeks waiting for the new season to drop. At least we got some good content with this promo. And Zion and Doncic both have dunk packages. Zion's dunk package, from what I've been seeing, is absolutely ridiculous. And again, their stats might not be the best, like Luka Doncic's isn't the best, but when we did gameplay with him, he was an absolute beast. Going in for the dunks, getting those 3-pointers off as well. Yes, his 3-point stat is only a 99, but when you do gameplay, stuff plays a little bit differently to how the stats show. You can't solely base a card on the stats alone. Of course, the other masters as well, Klay Thompson mainly being the highlight with his insane 3-point stat. You got Jason Tatum, who we have had a couple of times, and the other guys don't look too bad. Again, the main issue being those boosts, but I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. I think the highest overall lineup you can possibly get is a 115, and I've seen no money spent guys getting a 115 lineup, which I think is the most. I don't think anyone's got up to 116, but that is nuts. And of course, on the coin front, you might be spending a couple of coins trying to get players for the sets, obviously the exchange sets in particular, but you could also get them out of monthly master packs, and that is one major benefit with the promo. This is giving you a lot of monthly master emblems every time you play through the promo, and just having monthly masters being put back into these events to end off the promo with it like it is really, really good, because you can get a bunch of monthly master packs to not only help you in the monthly master section, which has been going on now for about 2 months in total, help try and push to get that 108 master, but it will also help you out in the promo itself in trying to get those players required for those exchange sets to help you out in getting more and more points, and then also try and get those 105 masters to get the 109. So overall, I think it is a decent promo. There are still things which I obviously don't like, the boost in particular being a major factor, and maybe some of the positions as well, because we have got a point guard as the Grand Master, which we've had for the last 3 or 4 promos in a row, which hasn't been the best of things. Maybe that would have been better having at a different position, but it is still good that it's free to play. It's great that the Masters have got decent stats on them and they play amazing in gameplay. And of course, just being able to have this promo in the first place is a good thing while we wait until Season 7 comes out. But I asked you guys on my YouTube community page, as usual, for you guys' thoughts and opinions on the promo. I'm going to start off with a comment that says it's a very good promo. I've already got 109 Klay and it's kind of an easy grind, and I have to agree, like that's where the no money spent aspect of this format comes into play, and it is a fan favorite structure because we have had this promo structure brand new this season, and when it came out on that Lone Warriors promo, everybody enjoyed it. It was so much fun to go ahead and get through the master. Then we've had different iterations of it. The 4th of July one, Play with the Patriots one, was pretty good, and then also we had another one which was Retro Replay. People didn't really like that one a huge amount, and that was mainly because of the position boost, which we're seeing again with this promo, but it is what it is. It's still an easy grind. The stamina costs aren't too much. It's 1,650 stamina every single day. That's not a huge amount. You can watch adverts, spend your stamina bottles, or you can use live tickets to get extra stamina. It's not too much of a heavy grind. You're just playing through bits and bobs here and there. The hardest thing, in my opinion, is finding the players to get extra points and trading up your masters to get them up to 105. For me, that's the hardest part. It might be different for you. Maybe if you got a lower stamina bar, it might be that stamina cost that is a bit too difficult to get up to. Another comment over here rates it a 9 out of 10. The reason they didn't put it at 10 out of 10, it was because Luke has a low 3-point stat and because it is another point guard. But other than that, it is a great promo. So obviously Luka Doncic, he has a 99 3-point stat. In gameplay, you can notice it a little bit here and there, especially when you compare it to Curry or Klay Thompson, who've got ridiculously high 3-point stats. But it's nothing too bad when you're actually going ahead and playing through. He's still making majority of 3-pointers. Obviously, it would have been nicer to have it boosted up a bit more. And I think the live pass version of him is still better on the 3-point stat, but he doesn't play badly at all. And of course, the dunks are really nice. But I do understand why it isn't at that perfect level. And of course, having another point guard instead of, a lot of people would have preferred it to be a small forward. We don't have a single small forward with this promo, unfortunately. It would have been nice to see us having a small forward, but it is what it is. Another comment says, well, it's not so good and it's not so bad. And that's sort of giving a really middle rounded view on the promo. And I'd have to say, you can look at it in that way. You've got the good stuff being it no money spent and it being an easy grind and getting through the promo pretty quickly. And then on the negative side, we've gone through the team boost, the position, maybe some of the players here and there, but it is still sort of in the middle between the two. But I'm leaning more towards it being a good promo. Maybe I'm a bit biased just after playing with Luka Doncic and seeing how good that card is. And I can't wait to try and get Zion to see how good his dunks are. So hopefully, fingers crossed that I get him by the end of the promo. Another comment over here says it's horrible. It's only really good if you don't have a high overall point guard, which most people do in Ja Morant and Trae Young or even Magic. I would have preferred a small forward grandmaster since our highest overall small forward has no boost. And that is where a lot of people sit with a promo, wanting it to be a small forward instead of a point guard or just pretty much any other position with a good solid boost on it, which I do understand for those of you who are trying to push your overall as much as possible and of course getting the best boost you possibly can from all of your players. So I do understand that being probably the major negative with this promo. Another comment says it's an L. You can tell it's rushed without effort, only good for those players who are lacking players to touch up their overall. Now you have to understand that EA I think had about 3 or 4 days to only make this promo, which I explained earlier. So I get it can look a bit rushed here and there, but in overall, I don't think it's an L. I think it's kind of in the middle between a dub and an L. With a couple of tweaks here and there, it could have been an amazing promo. Maybe need changing the boost and the position of the Grandmaster. That's pretty much it. Those two things, if those were changed, it'd be an absolutely amazing end to Season 6. But it kind of does give a general summary of the season itself. It's not been the best and it's definitely not been the worst. It's sort of been in the middle, leaning towards being great. Let me know in the comment section down below, what would you rate this fan favorites promo? And if you want to go check out the crazy Luka Doncic gameplay we did, we boosted him all the way up to 117 and he managed to break someone's ankles and head to the rim for an insane dunk. And if you want to go check that out, go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.